Oke, Pak Victor, Pak Lamsar is calling in. Jadi mungkin kita mulai aja nggak apa-apa, Pak?
Okay, Pak Edi. So good morning. Yeah. From our side, we have ini Vijay. Vijay is my partner and also our CTO. He is the one who developed our product. And then there's Umara, our COO, and Valerie. He handles our product. So yeah, we already met Pak Setio. And our Vijay, Pak Edi is the CFO of the hospital chain.
Hello, Pak.
Hi, Pak Vijay.
Hi, Pak Edi.
Hi, Pak. Nice meeting you.
Same here.
So, Pak Edi, as we discussed, I believe that the purpose of this call is to introduce to you our products, yeah. And what do we propose to you, and also what you can expect from our products later on, yeah. So I think the best person to explain this to you is Vijay. Because he built the tech and he designed the product. So so please, Vijay, just go ahead.
Okay, fine. All right. So AI can do a lot of things, but we are focused on inventory management, order management, and logistics management for hospitals, clinics, big and small, and so on and so forth. As I'll share my screen, and Victor, you have to allow me to share my screen.
Yeah. Okay, done.
Okay, so let me minimize the screen. So as you can see, one of the biggest things in a hospital, as we went on doing our research, one of the biggest things is inventory, the cost of inventory. So according to research conducted in the European Union and elsewhere, the operational costs, the overhead is around 7%, holding costs, the overhead is around 3%, and 3% is analysis cost and procurement cost. So these are numbers that I have trimmed down a lot. But overall, and we also did some research that the cost of inventory in Indonesia per year is 6 billion. And if you look at the overhead of a total of 19%, the overhead itself is 1.14 billion. But now let's be very clear about the fact that this overhead is not completely avoidable. But what is avoidable is at least 50% through proper analysis, through proper timing, through proper disbursement, and so on and so forth. So information and etc. etc. So what we decided is artificial intelligence can save all of this costs for a hospital provided in here. So what did we do? So the next part about it is we, hold on, what's happening? Okay, next one. So I'm not going to go through all of this. So, okay, this part. So how AI can help, right? Automated answers, decisions, and actions to help you answer your toughest questions and solve your toughest problems efficiently, effectively, and economically. So our platform can answer these few questions. What is being utilized? What is the rate of utilization? And with the hospital of your size, what is being utilized, right? In right down to even small things like paracetamol or sutures or swabs, alcohol swabs. You know, what is being utilized? What is the rate of utilization? And also analyzing, you know, where is it being utilized? Is it on Wednesday or on Tuesday? Is it being utilized more on Tuesday, on Wednesday? You know, all of that, department by department, day by day, hour by hour, all of these in an automated fashion, wherein you don't have to write the query and you don't have to do the analytics. The AI engine runs through all of your data, which is your operational data, which is your transactional data, comes in every day, and gives you all the answers like this: what is being utilized, what is the rate of utilization, at this rate when will we run out, when do we need to order, who do we order it from, what are the best rates, quality, quantity, and time, and in the meanwhile, how do I manage my delivery, how do I manage my stock levels in the meantime, prioritize and distribute. So these are some of the things that AI can do very simply. Now, when I look at AI and I explain AI, it's very simple. It does two things better than human beings. One is it can go through millions and millions of rows of data and attributes of that data and come up with answers. The second part about AI is it is one of the most amazing optimization engines. So what we are saying is inventory management is an optimization problem. That is all that we are trying to do. So if it is an optimization problem, the question is, can humans do it better than AI, or can AI do it better than humans? I would say that humans can do it better only when there are, one item, two item, 10 items. After that, even putting more and more human beings into the picture is not going to get us to where we want to go. Now, also, when we have our people who are operating and doing all of these things, it becomes a very useful tool for people to perform at their best. So it is not a replacement or augmentation and so on and so forth. It is an assistant. So AI, the third most important thing is, so first we have AI as an optimization tool, AI as a cost-effective solution to look at a lot of data at one single time. And the third is AI helps in automating all of these things to a larger extent. Any questions, Pa, so far?
No, no, no.
Uh,
Please go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah.
Pandoyo, you have a question?
no, no, not yet.
Okay.
Right. And the most important thing, all of in the hospital, I don't have to say it, but everybody knows it, right? And this will be something which will be very interesting to you, is that the speed and accuracy at which you get to know insights about your data, because it is always active. It doesn't have to go, oh, this Excel spreadsheet, that Oracle database, this SAP ERP, and all of this, because we have already pre-formulated all of these models and everything and come together and put everything together. So that is what we are. And this is only for 2021, right? So you get to know what your data is doing, what is actually happening. Am I optimal in all my levels, from the smallest one to the biggest one? So and all the questions you can ask it the question, it can answer you. And we have a very good data science support team. If you have more questions, you can ask, and we can reformulate the models to even answer those questions, which we believe will be very minimal, because we are out of the box. We will answer quite a lot of questions, but understanding that every hospital is unique in its operation, needs some unique insight, we have kept that margin of error, saying that, okay, we will do the customization and give it to you. And then finally, in year 2, you will get all kinds of automation, robotic process automation. So the best part about it, Pa, is the fact that Indonesia and the Indonesian government, the president, they are all talking about digitization, automation, bots, and everything. And here is the opportunity to create such thing. And we are very, very excited to create a solution based on all of this principles of the government, principles of everybody else in the nation, trying to serve hospitals and clinics and inventory and so on and so forth. So that's what AI can do. Now, how, right? So this is what AI can do for you. Now, how, right? So what we have done is we have taken, so according to architecture, what we have done is we have created a hospital like this. That is, core healthcare services are hospital services, medical record, inventory management, finance and accounting. And your supporting core systems are your employee management, procurement and purchases, insurance, BPJS, etc., etc. And then on the front office, you have patient registration, queue management, pharmacy, billing, and cashier. All of these are connected to services, inventory, insurance, corporate service analysis, and then you have all of your data, patient data, supply chain data, HR data, hospital services and occupancy data, financial data, regulatory and compliance. So now this is all the data that you have, and we can start utilizing this data to come into all this. So this is the same screen, this is the same diagram, but now you have all of the data, and this is our engine here. So you already have a lot of these in your hospitals: financials and reporting, care analysis, consumables, stock available, usage, infrastructure, manpower. All of this is available right now. What we do is we take all of this and add a further layer of analytics and management reporting into that entire mix, which is completely driven by AI. So from here, it can come here, and from here, it can go back and feed all of the systems for decision making. And how does it all work is right here. So we have our own big data experts. So this is how we engage. So I'm sorry, and I'm immediately coming into the engagement model with your hospital. But before that, do you have any questions on any of these screens? All right, so I'll take it. We will answer, have a question and answer session separately then. So we have our big data experts. So we will have our data hub. We'll have our data hub server training data. So cleaning featured data API. So most of it has already been done. That is, we have our training data. We have already cleaned that feature extraction and everything, and then the data API. So we are going to give you a ready model. But the thing is, your data is far different from whatever data we have simulated and whatever we have trained our models on. So what will happen is we will have all of this pre-cooked recipes, algorithms, everything that are working, are functional, and so on and so forth. We put it into your hospital and then reconnect all of that, and then do all of the feature extraction and cleaning a little bit all over again. Once that has been done, the same models are created, but we have already done the build models. But when it comes here, we will export our models, we'll update our models, and we will retrain our models. And then the AI run nodes will start running on it, and you can feed it a real-time operational data at any given volume. We will help support that. And then finally, you will get to see your dashboards, which are insights, predictions, and prescription, and that you can feed it back to your apps and data. So this is our engagement model. So and you can do it in-house, but you can also we can also do it on a cloud, and whatever. So that is for a later discussion, how and where, right? Where. So now I showed you how. Now we can always discuss about where we can do it. But eventually what it is it is saving you cost through optimization, and it gives you insights into data that you have that possibly have not been been part of your equation. And because it has all of these feature sets and models and everything, you can play with it, you can ask it other questions. And as I said, if you do not have if we do not have an answer right away for that particular question, we will help you get that answer. So that's about it from my side. So why? The three sections that we covered are why AI, and why inventory management and order management. It is all about digitization to automation, and automation to deep insights, getting into optimization, and then eventually doing all of the other tasks of invoicing, billing, and so on and so forth in an automated fashion. And then finally, this is how we look at a hospital and all of its data. You might have even more data than just this patient data, supply chain data, HR data, and all of that. And final one is how, right? So this is how we are going to do this. So that's it from my side. Any questions, comments, and we will be glad to answer.
Thank you, Pak. Thank you, Pak, for the brief descriptions. I think from us, maybe later Pak Dewo, Pak Handoyo, Pak Lamsar will be able to add from the IT side. But for me is, since we already have our own hospital management information system, I would just like to know, is this a kind of a module that is attached to our own system? If
Yeah.
yes, what are the things that's needed, right? And second is, what kind of data are you pulling up from the system for your AI learning or AI optimizations? And because why I ask this is because a lot of data sometimes can be quite confidential, right? So
Yeah.
what kind of data are you pulling up, and how are you going to pull it up, and what are you going to do with the data, and then eventually how do we ensure the confidentiality of the data?
Okay, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. All right. So your HMIS will be connected. So let me show you the other screen. So HMIS will be connected to your events and various subsystems and inventory management and hospital data. So this is that part which you were talking about. So let me go back here. Yeah. So as a consumer hospitals and everything, so we will do inventory utilization manager, order manager, logistics manager. So it is all up to you and the hospital. So if you have a data lake, fantastic. We can connect directly to your data lake. If you do not have a data lake, which is based on big data or anything, we can create the APIs and we can start off with just your inventory, and we can just start with your utilization and all the orders that have happened. So you can give us a dump of all the data that you already have, and then we can also get into what is happening on a transactional basis. Does that answer your question, Pa?
Okay, yes. So we can
Pak
start.
Anto, basically we don't take your data. We just analyze the data, and our product is just the analysis. You keep the data.
Yeah, absolutely.
Correct, Pak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so as we all know, maybe the medical record in Indonesia is very, very confidential, ya Pak, ya, as we all know, by Permenkes juga. So we don't take the data to our site, but we keep it within your hospital, and we plug in our system to your hospital. So we don't take any kind of data outside of your hospital at all.
So assuming that if we have the data on premise, your module or your system will be kind of plugging into our system.
Correct. So Pa, again, thanks Omara and Pa Victor. So adding to your query is our API. So we will write the API. So we have various models. So we can put all our AI engine inside your hospital. So then there is no concern for privacy. Each and every data scientist who comes and who logs into your system from us will have an NDA, will have all of that. On the other side, we can create APIs which will actually take away all of the privacy things that are there. Patient name, patient this, all of that which you do not want us to see, we will obfuscate it right at the core of it. So we will go into more and more detail about all of that, and what kind of data, what kind of this thing. Then there's the encryption part of it. So what we will do is we will convert all of your non-disclosable data into what are called as reference points, hashes. So we will just operate on hashes, and only you can take that hash back into your system and find out who that is. We will not know who that person is, but you will know it. So there are many ways that, so because we are dealing with hospitals, we know that this is the most important question to answer. So our framework has been built with privacy in mind.
Okay, Pak. Thank you.
Right? And completely, you can, believe it or not, Pa, you can dictate to us what data, what is its level. If it is level 0, then it is highly private, right up to level 5, which is okay, fine. You can share it, like inventory data, how much stock was used and all of that. But still it is private, right? It is private to your hospital, because I cannot take that data and divulge it to your competitor or to other hospitals because of other things. So all of this will be captured in an NDA. We will have it, and all in the terms of engagement, our statement of work and everything. At every given point in time, your IT department will be working with us just to make sure that that API is not leaking any data that belongs to that particular category.
Okay, Pak, got it.
Right. And just to answer the other side of your question, you asked one more question. So what about training, right? What about training? So when we first come into your organization, your hospital, and first install all of this, you will give us past data, current data, and all of that, based on, what you want to learn. We can start very small. You also asked a question about modular. So we can start on one small module, just inventory. Your HMI system has inventory. We can just start on inventory. So I don't need any patient data or anything at all. So we can just start on your basic inventory, which is your past, in 2020, 2019, and so on and so forth. And then how inventory is updated every day, how orders are done every day, and how it gets. So transactional data, we take that, we start off with that. And in the beginning, in first 1 month or 45 days, which we call as the stabilization period for that data, for the AI to learn, right? So it keeps on learning, and it tries to find out, whether its prediction was true. What do I mean by prediction? So it has taken your past data, it has taken your last 20 days daily transaction, and now it predicts that by Friday, you'll be out of paracetamol, because of all the patterns that you're there. You'll be out of paracetamol, you are out of your buffer stock, and you're out of this. And it will also tell you that ordering paracetamol from your vendors takes around 6 days for them to fulfill that order and get it back in stock. So it will start telling you that on Tuesday, please start ordering paracetamol today, so that you do not run out of it by Friday or Saturday. So when it is doing this particular prediction, in the first 30 days, it will be like a very small kid, and it will be about 91 to 92, 93% accurate. But by the time, like once all of this starts happening in around 60 days and 90 days, it will get to an accuracy of somewhere around about 96 to 97% in predicting it based on patterns, based on lead patterns, order patterns, and inventory patterns. I hope that that answers all your questions, Pa.
Yeah, Pak Vijay. Yeah. I think from the principle wise, I agree with you. I think this is something that the AI can probably do better through learning. Yeah, but it's more about I believe that there must be some efficiency that we can kind of squeeze out from this. It's just that just now I was asking about the technical stuff, because we know that we ourselves is also kind of still working toward perfection for our HIS or HMIS is that, right? So that's why I bring a team of IT, which hopefully can see is there any issue that potential issue that we could face. Yeah, I mean it's not you are not ready, we might not be ready. So that's why later we probably will kind of discuss internally again based on your descriptions, and see how we can prepare ourselves if we were to go with that. Yeah.
And Paul, now that you brought up that topic, I have a very interesting point here. So if you think, as you're optimizing your HMIS, this is completely off topic, yeah, and I don't have Pa Victor's permission to talk about this, but it just came to my mind. So if you are optimizing your HMIS, and if you need any help in AI and models and algorithms and everything, please feel free to contact us. We'll be very glad to help you out.
Thank you, Pak Vijay.
We
Appreciate
have
it.
we have a global AI team, and almost everybody is a Kaggle grandmaster, and you can give us any logistic problem, any algorithmic problem, and we are very confident that we can bring value to your organization.
Saya mau nanya Pak Edi.
Silakan, Pak Lamsar. Pak Lamsar is our IT guys from the corporate. They oversee the overall corporate IT from the user point of view. So he has some questions on that.
Okay. Pak Vijay, I'm Lamsar. I would like to ask, do you have any client that already implement your system in Indonesia or in Southeast Asia?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet.
Not
yet.
Okay. So we are, but that leads me to answer and a little bit of an extension to the answer. So what we have done is we are using simulated data from a couple of American hospitals, and we are getting there because Indonesian data is not readily available. So we said, we cannot stop training our algorithms or training our bots, as to say. So, and we cannot wait for a hospital to become our client. Then, I will not be ready even in 2021 and 2022. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Okay.
So yeah. So what we did is we have our own simulator. And we simulated all of the data, right from admitting a patient to using up inventory, and then predicting on that. And so we have been continuously training our algorithms. So
okay.
yeah,
because this is related to my next question. We need the benchmarking related to the human resource. Can you go to the AI as a service?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. As we can see here, understand that the AI application is one of a huge application, right? So if we see here that it will interact with another application by API, and also in the gray area, there is a big data expert, data scientist, AI engineer, and then operational and support. And I think that's all the thing that we need during the implementation, right?
Yeah, that will be, most of it will be our team, and we will be talking to your team. This is our team. This is AMS. These are all, yeah.
Okay. I think we understand that all these things will need during the implementation or development. But when we go to the next step in the operation step, do we need all these things?
No.
Okay. And then what thing that we have to have during the implementation? Because if we see the statement in the statement, saving time and money.
Yeah.
If we implement this and then we have to get all these things, I think it will costly.
Oh, no, not really. Sorry, once again, can you please repeat your question?
My question
I think maybe Pak Lamsar, I get your point. Yeah, I think Pak Vijay, what Pak Lamsar was trying to kind of confirm is that this slide shows that a lot of so-called item as well as the department that requires resources, right? I think what Lamsar is asking is from a user point of view, for example, a change of hospital, what do we need to prepare and which one is our interface, right? So I understand as a service, I believe that you will ensure that your customer will be as lean as possible, right? Because that's what AI for. So from the customer point of view, what do we need to prepare?
So this one, this part. Can you see my cursor, Pa?
Yes, only that part.
Yeah, only that part. So we will create all the data APIs and everything. So this is your hospital. So you have to tell me what specific problem you're trying to solve. And then we will do all the data APIs, where are the sources and everything. Then we will do the feature extraction, everything. Our big data experts will do all of this for you. Okay. Then once this part has been taken care of and the data is in some shape and form, what will happen is our data scientists will come into the picture. They will build you all of these models, of course, so we interact with both. We interact with actually all the three people: the business people, the operations people, and the IT people, all the time. And we don't do anything in vacuum. So we will interact with your teams and find out, what is the best fit that we can give. What are the problems, business problems that you need to address? What are the technology problems that we need to address? And what are the operational problems? So we ask those questions, and our models have already been built answering quite a lot of those questions, as I showed it to you, right? This basic questions. What is being utilized? What is the rate of utilization? Is that what this rate? When will we run out? When do we need to order? Right? 4 basic questions. What are the best rates, quality, quantity, and time? So you might have many vendors. So it can do a complete vendor analysis by everything you need to know about a vendor. When was he on time? When wasn't he? And this is not hundreds of lines of code. It is all in colors and all in graphs. The moment it exceeds 80% of his time he's been failing, it will show up as a red signal. But anyway, I just got excited by my own AI. Usually
So Pak Eddie, I think just to clarify this, I think the organization in data hub, models, output server, AI engineers, data scientists, big data experts, etc., will be on our part. This chart just show you the process in our technology.
Yeah. Got it, Pak Victor.
Yeah. Meaning when we have any changes, then we just talk to your team, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. So this output server, and thank you, Pa Victor. That was absolutely, I missed that point completely. So thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. So this is all taken care of, and we will send our engineers. We will have Zoom. No, sorry, we can't send engineers anymore. So it will be either a Zoom call or team call or whatever call, and then we will be continuously. This is our team. This whole thing is our team. We can keep on continuously working with you till we get the desired output and the desired dashboards that you are looking for. And that is for 2021. Let's say that in 2022 you need more outputs and more different dashboards, then we will continuously work with you to get it there. But this is our team, and they will interact with your team. So you don't need anybody here except for the people who know your systems and who know your data. Make sense, Pa?
Alright.
Yes.
Boleh tanya, Pak?
Ya, silakan Pak Dewo.
Mr. Vijay, can you demonstrate this system and how the result looks like? Just for example for us.
You want it? Hold on. Yeah, we can do that. Or because of this particular call, we did not invite any of our core AI engineers. Would you like to have another call where we can demonstrate our product?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I think Pak Vijay, we can probably arrange another one if our guys IT and also especially purchasing and inventory would like to see it. We can arrange another one.
Yeah, sure. So we will arrange a call soon, and you can talk directly to our AI engineers. Some of them are in Australia, some of them are in India, some of them are in US, and I'll make sure that we have all of the representation so that they can answer your questions regarding AI.
Mr. Vijay.
Yeah.
I have another question. Can you go back to your previous slide?
Sure. Which slide?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, if you see that there is more than about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, around 5 steps, right?
Yeah.
In your does it all your framework, or you combine with another application for
no,
each step?
This is our framework. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So all of these are integration. The red arrows that you're seeing are integration points. So we take your data, put it in through your our system. So this is all there. So out of the box, this is all done already. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of this is done. So what I mean to say by this is done is I can give you a schema and say these are the data that if you can provide me this data, we can be up and running from morning, and by afternoon or evening, we can be up and running, and you will see the dashboards. We are at that stage right now.
Okay. Because for the big data and data scientists, usually in the market, we have a lot of application, right? So based on your confirmation that all these steps done by your application.
Yes, all that's done by all these models, data hub, server training data, all of that has been taken care of. So right now it's ready as a package. So I can tell you here is the package part, and here is the data that it requires, this data, this part, this API. So if you provide me this data, it will go in here, it will consume it. All the models have already been built. This is all running already. And this is what you will get. Immediately you will start getting to see dashboards. It's already as a package. But if you do not have that data, that is, I don't have this, I don't have that, and then we will have to redo some of the training based on that, so that these dashboards can take up all other kinds of data as well.
Okay. Do you have any other technical knowledge or skill if you want to implement this from our user side?
From your user side, yes. There are two ways to answer that question, Pav. One of the question is, one way to look at it is, we will actually provide you a lot of training to your IT staff. If you have programmers, analytics people, and all of that, we will actually train them on the models, how we build the models. We'll do a model explanation, because we are all about explainable AI. So nothing is top secret in there. So we can always provide you that kind of training.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
Okay, Eddie, anything
yeah,
more?
I think generally later we can continue the discussions on this technical thing. But
Sure.
as I mentioned to you, Pak Victor, eventually we'll come to the discussion on what kind of a business model are we looking at, right? I.e., what subscription basis, or what kind of fee you are charging, yeah, kan?
Sure.
I think it can be a later stage, but I think we need to come to that, because eventually we have to decide based on that also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but
well
understood.
We'll contact you later for that.
Yeah, but internally, let us discuss based on today's sessions how we can move this forward. Yeah.
Yeah, Pak Edi, can Umara later on continue talking to your
Yes,
team?
Pak. Kalau boleh saya nanti
silakan.
I will contact you.
Yeah,
and we can discuss more on the terms that you have mentioned before as well.
Yeah. I think our team probably has some concern too. I think they can probably reach out to you also. Yeah.
Ya.
Boleh sekali, Pak.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Umara and Pa, let me know what is a convenient time either this week or next week for the demo.
Okay, Pak, will do.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Oke.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Pak Vijay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pak Victor.
Thank you, Pak Edi. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Pak
everybody.
Edi, Pak Dewi, Pak Handoyo, Pak Lamsar.
Umara, Pak Valerie ya.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Thank
we'll
you.
get in touch soon ya Pak Edi ya.
Ya,
Ntar
thank
saya
you.
coba mungkin
Ya,
kita bisa ngobrol lebih jauh lagi juga mengenai kegunaannya untuk hospital and detail juga Pak. Nah, nanti saya bisa coba touch
ya,
juga di
boleh,
situ.
boleh. Ya.
Oke, terima kasih banyak atas waktunya Pak.
Ya,
Ya,
Terima kasih semua. Thank you all.
Bye.